Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling, and shall we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today? This will be relaxing as per usual. Turns out, by the way, I absolutely published the In Stars and Time video at the wrong time. I don't know, and no one called me out on it. I only realised when I woke up this morning and I checked my Discord, and I saw, and I was like, why do I have a dear darling? What's going on, dear darling? And I was like, notifications. YouTube notifications, what's happening here? But I realised I published In Stars and Time at 6 a.m. my time instead of 6 p.m. I will say it's got way more views than it usually does. I don't know if that's a coincidence or not, but maybe I should start considering changing the time I upload things. But good evening, everyone. Right now in Fawnhallow, it's 11:25 p.m. on Monday, June 15th, 2026. Like, genuinely, I don't know why. It has about triple the views of some of the previous ones. I don't know, maybe 6 a.m. is a hotspot time, but I just do it because I mean, it doesn't really matter when I upload videos, in my perspective, I think. So if it's earlier, then you're merry, right? Yeah. So if I do it earlier, then who knows? So yeah, 5-minute preamble. I don't even know what we're talking about now, or the holiday. I'm gonna have to get the album up again. I was called out by my friend that I missed out some other details or things which happened on the holiday, mainly because I couldn't remember them. So here I am. I did into a mistake. Why we were late to Nico, why we set out so late, because I didn't take any photos of it, is because all the trains were booked, the first ones in the mornings. So we had to book a train, a much later one, which we thankfully didn't miss. But yeah, that happened. So yeah, there you go, my friend who's watching us. There's your correction. I hope you're happy now. I hope you're happy now. What is the next thing we did? What did I even talk about last time? I don't remember. Let's see. Big. Okay, so I talked about Digital Circus. I still want to talk about Digital Circus, but I can't. I will respect Friday. Harajuku style and nails. No, Matsuri, Kabuki, and more. I see. So that was everything else when we went to Sky Tower. Okay, so the next thing we did was Disneyland. Tokyo Disneyland. I mean, there's not really much else to say apart from what I already know, or what I already said about Disneysea. It's kind of the same vibe. Like, Disneysea and Disneyland, are they fundamentally pretty similar? Yeah, to be honest. Like, I mean, they have a little bit of a different target audience, I would say. Like, I think Disneysea at least does try and skew it a little bit older, and Disneyland is very much family-friendly, kid-friendly, all ages. Mainly because Disneysea has alcohol. Although, I can't remember if we saw Disneyland had alcohol or not. I will say the experiences we had are very different. So every time I've been to Disneyland and Disneysea in Tokyo, I've only gone on weekdays. Because that's the advice I saw, which was basically like, don't go on a weekend, it's insanely busy at weekends. This was a day that we went on a Saturday, on a weekend. And I can fully confirm it is insanely busy on a weekend. Like, oh my, like, unbelievably. Like, it's already, like, the days I've been on weekdays have already been somewhat busy. Like, the first time I went, the first day was kind of busy, the second day was, like, not that busy, and the third day was actually surprisingly not busy at all. We went on Space Mountain, I think, 7 times in a row. We just kept going around on it. Literally no queue for basically anything. I think the longest queue we had was, like, a 40-minute wait for, like, the Toy Story thing or something. The second time I went, I didn't actually go on many rides, I think. I mainly checked out the shows and bought merch. Because I was just by myself that time. Because my family members were not as interested in going to Disney, and I was like, well, I'm not going to go queue up 40 minutes to go on a ride, which, you know, I do like, but, you know, I'm much more of a thrill seeker when it comes to roller coaster rides. And I've already been on most of them, so I'm like, I'll check out whatever new shows they got, and I'll check out merch that I can buy. You remember, I bought a Starlight Pass, which I don't even know if they do anymore, which is if you enter the park after like 1 p.m. So this time, earlier on the holiday, we went to Disneysea, and we went during a weekday, and there were still some decent waits for things, like 15-minute waits. Like, we mainly went on rides which had very short waits, is what I remember. I don't even know if we went on a lot of the majority of the big rides, to be honest. I genuinely can't remember anymore. But most things were reasonably short waits, all things considered. I think the longest one we saw was like 30 or 40 minutes, but we went on the weekend this time, and it's because we were meeting up with one of my friend's siblings, and obviously, well, they were, oh, it's Rita. I don't think we've ever spoken to Rita, let's say hi. They obviously can't go during the work day, So we met up on the weekend. They basically planned out the entire itinerary, which I'm very thankful for. So that was very convenient. But it was also a thing where they were like, we kind of had to like turn up at like 6 a.m. or something, and I went in my mind, that's crazy early. Like, I know we'd probably have to get there early to queue. I didn't realize we'd have to get there that early in queue. Turns out we absolutely had to. We got there at 6 a.m. We still had to wait about like, I don't even know how long it took to go in necessarily. I can't really do this because it's gonna play it out. Maybe if I go into the album, we can see someone taking a photo when we made it in, but we still waited a decently long time till we could get in, because there were people who were probably queuing from like 3, 4, 5 a.m. I don't know, depends how early the train runs, or people I guess who got in from a park, although I think it opens early from the park or something. I don't know, something along those lines. Anyway, yeah, so we went extraordinarily early. We were all pretty tired because we had to travel there, and it takes like an hour and something to even get there. So of course we were already tired. It was an exhausting day, and the day before we already had like a pretty late day out, to be honest, doing stuff. So let's see, okay, so this is probably when we first made it in. Made it in what time? 9 a.m. because the park opens at 9. That sounds about right. Oh yeah, so okay, we didn't start queuing at 6, we started queuing at 7, it seems like. Maybe that's +1, maybe that's -1, I don't know. It's insane. But we did basically go on almost every big ride that was there. Unfortunately, the ones we didn't go on were the ones which I hadn't actually gone on before. So we did manage to go on the Tangle ride, which was nice because that was one I hadn't gone on before, and I wanted to go on the Frozen ride as well because that's also one I hadn't gone on before, but unfortunately it was shut, which is very, very tragic. But we did go on most of the other ones, like Journey to Centre of the Earth. We went on, I can't even remember the other ones off the top of my head. A lot of really random ones, the one 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which I think is a really fun one, despite the fact I know nothing about the media property. We had a nice meal. I can't remember where it was. It was at the Tangled pub, whatever it's called. And then there were a lot of shows we watched, and I often say, and I said this I think in Disneysea, but like my favourite part is definitely the shows. Not the rides. Why? Because the rides are nice. I think the rides are nice Imagineering, shall we say, but once I've seen it once, it's not like I'm like, I want to, there's much else for me to personally see. But the shows themselves, I don't know, I think it taps into my theatre appreciation once again, but it kind of, to me, I see it like a theatre show or something, just people are in like crazy suits, and then, you know, I think about like the costuming and stuff like that, anyway, etc, etc. Go watch a Disneysea one if you want to see my thoughts on that again. So we did see a decent amount of shows. Like we saw one which was a musical show, which was on the inside of like a thing. It was like a stage performance musical show. And then we also saw so there were 2 other shows which we could have seen. There was one which was Dancing Around the World, which I'm gonna be real, maybe this makes me lame, maybe it makes me cringe, but I'm cringing free. When I came back from holiday, I looked up, oh no, maybe I did it on holiday actually. I looked up like what the performance was on YouTube, because that was an open air one, so people can just record it, you know. And there was another show which we didn't watch, which was one you needed tickets for. It was like the aviation one. I can't remember. That one you can't watch on YouTube. But there was also, was that parade? I think it was a parade. I don't even remember what the parade was. No, there was a water show. That was it. Wait, have I got? No, wait, did we go to Disneysea and then first day? Okay, sorry. Yes, I got it backwards. I replaced Disneyland with Disneysea, right? Because we went to Disneysea. Yeah, we went to Disneysea this time, and it was Disneyland was the first time we went. Yeah, because the 20,000 Leagues Underneath the Sea, that's definitely the sea, because I was thinking about the performance, and I was like, wait a minute, Disneysea is the one which has ship performances. But yes, we, so I watched, like, 2 of my other friends who went at a different time watched it, and then the others I think had lunch. I skipped lunch to watch a show. That's how committed I was to it. Because it was the 25th anniversary one, I wanted to see it, and I was like, I was going to join them for lunch, but I was like, I'm literally going to miss a show if I stay here, so I'm not going to. Instead, I'm just going to leave, I'm going to go watch the show, because again, it is a thing which is the best part, I think, for me. I think it also taps very strongly into nostalgia for me, in a way which I've not really conceived of as much before, but it really does bring me back, I suppose, into days of, the olden days of Disneyland, I suppose, going to these sort of things I'm watching. And I'm glad I actually watched it because I actually got like a really good like seating area before the show, or standing area. I was in the shade of a tree, wonderful, on how hot a day it was, and I was by the part of a walkway where the Duffy and Friends come in. You might be like, who the heck are Duffy and Friends in Disney? Well, Duffy is, as I now know the lore, is Mickey's teddy bear, and is a mascot for Disneysea, essentially. And yeah, that's literally, he's just a teddy bear, but there's like, I don't even think he's got that crazy defining features about him, except for like the fact that like the areas on his face look like Mickey Mouse. And yeah, but he's got like a load of friends. He's got Duffy. They have such wild names, like they're like the most insane names you've ever heard. You know, let me Google it, because I can't remember. One is called like Geraldine or something, and the other's called like it's like a Mary Kate sort of name, but I can't remember what it is. Okay, Shelly May. Which one's Shelly May? I don't know the lore of Duffy. I think Shelly May is the Minnie Mouse to Duffy, but I'm getting into it more and more. You know, first time I heard about Duffy, I was like, who is this teddy bear? Get him out of my sight. Second time, I was like, okay, they're kind of cute. Third time, I'm like, I love you. No, okay, that's a bit too much, but still. Although Duffy and Shelly May may mistakenly seen the sweethearts were just good friends. So yes, Shelly May is a Minnie Mouse to Duffy's Mickey Mouse. Gelatoni, just an absolutely wild character name, to be honest. He's like the artist, I think. I don't really know. He's always wearing a beret, so I assume he's an artist. Green Cat, yes. Stella Lou, oh that's it. She's like the bunny rabbit who's like a ballerina dancer or something. I don't know, she's always wearing a tutu. Cookie Ann, who is Hong Kong Disney. Okay. This is an exclusive one. Oh, they're cute. I didn't know there was exclusive ones. Alou Mail at a Disney Resort and Spa? I didn't even know there was a Disney Resort and Spa. Oh, Alou Mail was there. Other thing. Hong Kong, she's on Main Street, USA. Lena Bell. Shanghai. Okay, so I see each of the different Disneysea locations have a specific character unique to them. Lena Bell. I don't know why their names are so strange. Lena Bell? Oh no, wait, Lena Bell's also at Disneysea. Tokyo Disneysea. I've seen her. Tippy Blue. Who the heck is this? Tippy Blue. Why are their names like... Tippy Blue is a completely different character. What on earth is this? So I guess Shanghai Disney has a different Duffy set than Tokyo. Why? I genuinely don't know. Who's my favourite of these? I don't know, Lena Bell seems pretty fun. She's a detective. Anyway, I've not been to Shanghai Disneysea. Maybe I should go one day. But yeah. So watch that, and there was a nice sort of like meet and greety sort of thing, where they sort of like ran up to the side where we were at, and they basically did the entire intro and outro there, and then they did a performance. Oh yeah, and we went on the Toy Story ride. That was a fun one too. It's basically a sort of like a 3D sort of thing. You like shoot cannonballs and painting at like virtual paintings. It's kind of like the laser one. I'm trying to think of a good comparison. The laser one from Fort Park is a bit ambiguous. But you know, it's kind of like a We Play Shooting gallery game. Vaguely. Oh, and then we went on the ride, which is the aviation one. I can't remember what it's called, the flying one. But it's actually a really fun one. I'm not gonna lie. It's basically, it's not really a ride so much as it's like a virtual, like 4D experience sort of ride. So I guess it is a ride. But basically, it basically simulates what it'd be like if you were on like a giant like ornithopter. Is that what they're called? Ornithopter. Yeah, sort of like plane or like a hanging seat, and then you go through like different biomes, and it's like a 5D experience maybe. I guess it's 3D and then 4D with sound, but it also does like smells. Like you'll go through like field of grass and it'll smell like fresh cut grass, or you'll go through, I'm trying to remember, like the ocean, and you get like the sea salt sort of smell, It's actually a genuinely really fun experience because the screen is so big and it's so all-encompassing that even everything in your peripheral vision looks like it's the actual thing. So it actually does pretty well at tricking your brain to being like, yeah, you're flying in the air like this, even though it makes no sense. And then we went on the Tower of Terror. That one's a classic, absolutely. If you don't know, it's basically one of those rides which throw you up in the air and drop you down. And then you like see something really high up in the park. Of course, there's a picture of us all doing it. Which I bought with digital photo. This photo is actually so funny because I'm just like, yeah, making like peace signs at it, and most of my other friends didn't realize the photo had been taken then, I guess. So it's all just like, there are different levels of like, huh? I love a stranger over here. She's like literally punching the air, like forward, like she's gonna fight with you. Actually, genuinely really fun photo. We didn't see the late night show, which was a shame. Because actually, I remember the late night parade was cancelled in Disneyland too. The fireworks show, I think, was also, like, the late night one is also cancelled, but the projection on the castle wasn't. But we didn't stay around to see the Disneysea late night ones, which is like a late night sort of yacht show, which is pretty fun. But again, it's not like the end of the world, mainly because we did stuff which is much more fun, much more important. I just had a thought. I wonder how much of this, that next thing I should talk about. That's interesting. If you don't, well, I guess what I would say was like, very nice things happened, in the evening of that. I guess I'll sort of tack it on the end of this. And if you're wondering why I'm being so cryptic about it, it's because I don't mind talking about stuff which happened to me more directly, and then like sort of maybe instantly happen to other people, but I also don't want to talk about things which are too personal about my friends' lives, because I mean, they're not the ones like streaming and doing this sort of thing. You know, I'm the one like, voluntarily uploading all of this stuff into the internet as like a video diary, so it feels a bit unfair to do it all on their behalf, you know. But I know I'm certainly overthinking it because they probably won't mind in the slightest, but I don't know, I guess to me it's sort of just like, oh well, the risk of me saying something possibly which could be a bit too personal, I'd rather not say anything at all and sort of protect my friends with their own anonymity in a way. But what I'll say is we went to a lovely firefly garden at night time. It was gorgeous. Fireflies are really pretty insects. Have I seen them before? Yes, I have seen them before, but apparently a lot of my friends had not seen them before. But to be fair, I've seen them in China, really. But they're really like pretty and mesmerizing things. And then there was like a section of it which was just full of mist, which made it really difficult to see anything. Lovely things happened there. Very memorable experience is what I'd say, and we have some amazing photos. That's as comfortable as vaguely comfortable as I am with being, because again, I'm not going to post their personal lives of my friends online, obviously, despite the fact I will talk vaguely. But if they appear in my story, so be it. But I don't know, I guess it feels weirder when it's their story, right? Anyway, yeah, when we got back and went, oh yeah, we had a lot of these like cakes that we bought from the dessert. I thought we had it on the previous day. I know we had some on the previous day, but this is where we had the rest of them. Anyway, so what would I talk about at Disneysea? I mean, I really like Disney. I think it's no surprise. I like Disneyland, Disneysea. It's a lot of fun. I actually really like the Tangled ride, because they do the lantern scene, and the lantern scene is absolutely gorgeous in Tangled. It's absolutely gorgeous in the ride. I can't imagine how gorgeous it would have been in real life if anyone gets that experience. Problem is, that experience is going to be absolutely impossible, because there's no way, if that lantern like festival goes out on water, you know there's going to be about 10,000 other people with boats on the water trying to have a Tangled moment. You don't get to have a Tangled moment because you can't just be yourself out on the water. Other people have existences too, you know, and that's totally fine. I'm just saying. The other things I remember in Disneysea, that at a restaurant they were going to, I was considering that my friends went to for lunch. They had like special glass you could buy there if you ordered a drink, or a specific type of drink, a souvenir glass. I was considering buying that or getting my friends to buy it, and I'd pay them back. But then afterwards I was like, it was getting towards the end of the holiday, and I was like, I need to be conscious about the space I have, because we still have a decent amount left, and I'm like, I'm severely running out of space in my suitcases. And my word, To be fair, I guess I could have bought some other stuff, but like the weight was too much. I'm still actually like, this is spoilers, I suppose, to the end of a holiday. I'm shocked I managed to actually perfectly pack everything I bought into my suitcases. The only thing which stopped me was the fact that everything was too darn heavy. It was just too much weight. You know, if only the airline had like plus 4 kilograms on the weight. It's fair they don't, to be honest, because it's like literally health and safety, right? Or lifting something up that heavy or something. I don't know. Anyway, what else to say about Disneysea? It's a lovely time. Very, very intense one. And yeah, as I say, the queue's insane on a weekend. I cannot stress enough. If you want to go to Disneyland or Disneysea or anything like that, please try and go on a weekday. Weekends are so busy. Because you got all the locals there as well. On weekdays, there's people who have specifically taken holidays, either vacations or whatever, or taken days off to go there. Anyway, I'm going to round this episode up here, I think. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time. Oh. Where is it? Wave? No. Wait, where's wave goodbye? Here it is. Bye-bye for now.